Hello everybody, welcome back to C7 Corvettes in Sarasota, Florida. This is your buddy Lyle, and I am up with a new interesting video. Today we're going to be talking about the special editions offered during the C7 model run between 2014 and 2019. Before we do that though, I want to congratulate the 5 people who won hats in our 20,000 subscriber contest that we had. First of all, thank you for everybody who helped get us to that level. We're looking forward to getting to 30,000, 40,000, all that, but 20,000 was huge for us. The people who won the hats, I've sent you all emails or replies through YouTube. If you could email me your address, I'll ship you a hat. The winners were Miguel Collette, Jack Gardner, Ron Meeson, Steve Hobbs, and Peter Carey. Congratulations everybody, and we'll be looking forward to doing more little giveaways like this as things go on. Before I get into talking about the C7s though, I'd like to remind everybody that if you haven't already done so, please like and subscribe down below here, because that's what helps us build our channel. And we make a little bit of money off this, not much, but the little more we make here and there, the more videos we can take time out of our regular work day to do. So I always appreciate new subscribers, extra likes, extra comments, whatever you can do. And thank you in advance. All right, moving on to the special editions made in the C7 product run. There were a lot of them. If you saw my C6 video on the same thing for that product run, there were a boatload of special editions. Well, they really didn't slow it down very much going into the C7. They kicked it off right away in 2014 when the car was introduced with what they called the Premier Edition. The Premier Edition was a specific VIN sequenced special edition that was more about the fact that you had the VIN number and you had some special Corvette accessories, automatically got Z51 with the package. Several colors were available. The most popular color though was blue. There were 500 coupes made, 550 convertibles. I think the most interesting part of this particular Premier package was the coupes were all manuals, except for one automatic, and the convertibles were all automatic, no exceptions. Kind of interesting when you see that one off in any given year on one thing. You talk about a rare car, man, that's one of one. So that was pretty cool. Moving on to 2015, they actually made 2 different special editions, kind of competing editions, if you will. GM has an Atlantic design studio and a Pacific design studio, obviously on either coast, to kind of tap into what's popular and what the taste is, what the desires are for that part of the country. Well, each design studio was given its own chance to design a special edition Corvette for 2015. The Atlantic convertible design was basically a luxury GT, kind of like the nicest, most luxurious, plushest Grand Touring car you could make out of a C7 Corvette. They only made 17 of them. All colors were available, but some of the characteristics involved with them were they had a Z06 front splitter, they had shark gray vents, they had a Stinger hood graphic, custom trim, and what was kind of neat, they had custom luggage, just like some of the famous Italian automakers. So way to go there. The second edition that they offered by the Pacific Design Studio was a coupe design called the Pacific Coupe Design. There were 97 of those made. That was a much more track-focused car. It was available with 2 LT or 3 LT trim levels. It had satin black racing stripes down the center. It had red brake calipers, Z51 wheels, black with a red stripe around them. They had carbon fiber ground effects, carbon fiber interior trim, and competition seats that could be had in red or black. So again, just same car, but more focused for people who would want to take their cars out and actually use them on the track. Another rare car. I mean, not nearly as rare as the 17, but 97 is still a very rare car. And they didn't have anything particularly special performance-wise about them, but if you liked the design and you wanted something unique, you could certainly get it. In 2016, they brought out one of my personal favorites, the C7R Z06 edition. They made 650 of these cars. They were available in coupe or convertible. They were available in yellow or black, which if you got one in black, man, come on, it's a C7R, get it in yellow. It's yellow. They all had black wheels with yellow stripes. They had yellow calipers. They had visible carbon fiber and a carbon fiber hood. They also came with a C7R car cover, which if you've never seen it, I didn't find a picture of it to post in this video, but look it up. When you wrap that onto your existing C7, it looks just like a C7R. It is so cool. It also had the Z07 package and a little plaque on the inside with the race wins for the C7R. Now that is pretty neat, and it was exclusive, but it was also an almost $24,000 option. Yeah, that's a lot. I mean, it's neat, but that's a lot, especially when you're not talking special engine, special transmission, just a bunch of add-on bits. Granted, you had the best brakes, you had the best this and the best that, but still 24 grand. I mean, we're talking like 50% the price of the car. So I was like, I love it though. I love it, but I would have never paid that for it. Moving on. In 2017, we had the Grandsport twin editions. One is called the Collector Edition. It was Watkins Glen gray with tension blue hash marks and tension blue interior. This is a very vibrant, like scuba gear blue. If you've ever seen one of these cars, you're gonna know it's a lot. 935 of those were made. 2017 also saw the introduction of the Grandsport Heritage Package, which is truly my favorite C7 Corvette ever made. Why is it my favorite, you ask? Because while it was available in virtually any color they made, you could get it in Admiral Blue. Now, that color is important because in 1996, when they made the Grandsport, it was Admiral Blue with a white stripe down the center and 2 red hash marks on the left fender with black wheels. I always thought that was the coolest, best looking C4 they ever made. So when I saw that they were coming out with a Grandsport Heritage Package where they recreated that look, I was really excited, especially with that torch red interior. Man, my favorite one. If I could have a Corvette stretcher and just pull the car about that much longer where I could get in it, I would totally own one, but they don't, so I can't. Anyway, they made 3,863 of those in 2017. Interestingly, it wasn't limited only to 2017. That option was available in 2018 and 2019. They actually ended up making 6,801 Grandsport Heritage packages. Black or red interior were the 2 choices. Because you had so many color choices on the cars, you had 6 hash mark color choices that you could pick from. And one cool detail, they actually had right on the inside of near the radio, on the inside of the interior, they had matching brushed aluminum hash marks just right there. Like if you touch your hand on the radio and moved it to the right, you'd be touching those hash marks. Super subtle design, but really, really neat. Finally, we come to the 2018 model year. Now, they didn't have any special editions in 2019 because, after all, they introduced the ZR1, which I'm going to do a video on that car all by itself because it's just bonkers. So the last regular production special edition occurred in 2018, which was the Carbon 65 edition. There were 650 of these made. They were available in Grandsport and Z06 trim. They were available coupe or convertible, and here's kind of the way these cars fell out. They had a special paint called Ceramic Matrix Gray, and they had these really cool blue door and fender graphics, blue calipers, tons of carbon fiber components all through the inside and the outside of the car. Jet black sport seats with suede inserts and blue stitching, and they had a carbon fiber steering wheel. This was a really unique color because it was not quite white and it wasn't quite gray, and depending on the lighting, it looked different wherever you saw it, but it always looked really menacing. It looked like a purpose-built anger machine. And I know that they bring really, really strong dollars today. I think that that is one of the coolest looking cars they made. Granted, not nearly as cool as the Grandsport Heritage with the Admiral Blue, but I like the Carbon 65 because it's so clean. It looks like it's a tool that has been meant for a very violent purpose. That's the way I see it. Anyway, that is the special editions they offered in C7 model years. If you own any of these cars and want to comment about how much you love them, or hate them. Or if you have things that you think I forgot or special things about these cars that I didn't mention, please mention them in the comments below. I do read all the comments and I try to respond to everybody that I can. I look forward to seeing what you guys have to say. I hope you have a great weekend, and I'll be back with more stuff next week. Thank you.